Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone. We here will be presenting the material about genre text. So, first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Masandi Permana, and my partner is.
Aslam Nurdin Anwar.
And let's begin our presentation. So, genre text. First of all, what is genre text? So, genre text is based on generic structure and language feature dominantly used, texts are divided into several types, or simply mean type or kind and refers to groups of text that have similarities in form and function. Genres are not prescribed categories but have developed through trials and errors as the most effective way to achieve a purpose. For example, a medium such as web page will combine various genres to achieve its purpose. So, what is genre text? The topic that we will discuss about genre text is first of all a recount text, narrative text, and descriptive text. First of all, what is the definition of recount text? Recount text has a purpose of to tell the readers what happened in the past through a sequence of events, or tells a series of events and assess their significance in some ways. There's no impediment among the participants that differentiates from narratives. Social function is again to retell readers what happened in the past through a sequence of events. Here I'm going to explain to you what the language features of recount text is. First of all, introducing personal participants such as I, us, we, and me. Usually the personal participant is a first person participant. And then using chronological structure. So uh, the time words connect events or chronological connectives is used in context such as soon as, eventually, then, a few moments later, and suddenly. The next one is using linking verb. Linking verb is used to link a sentence and the other, and it's used in the context. And then we are using action verb as the next point. What is action verb? Action verb is a verb that is uh, tells or explains someone's action. So for example, he is running, reading, or drinking. And then the next is using simple past tense again because recontext explains what happens in the past, and then it will be logical to use the past tense uh, in in the process of writing it. And then the next one is generic structure. What is generic structure of the recontext? First of all, there is an orientation and events and reorientation. Reorientation is a sequence of text that explains or introduces you towards the problem or the events that will happen. And then events is actually the main part of recount text, which is the events that is actually happening. And then there is reorientation. Reorientation is to actually conclude the recount text and end it there. So next one we have descriptive text. What is descriptive text? Descriptive text is a text that has a purpose to describe a particular person, place, or thing. A descriptive text usually focuses on describing a single location, object, event, person, or place. It endeavors to engage all five of the reader's senses to invoke the sight, sound, smells, taste, and feel of the text subject so that the person reading can actually feel or recognize what the object is. So, the language features of descriptive text. First of all, it's focused on specific participant, such as I, me, mine, you, and us. And then the next one is use of attributive and identifying process to actually tell the readers or the listeners what we are talking about. For example, if we're talking about a thing, such as an apple, then we will use attributive and identifying process to tell the person that it's an apple. And then we are there's a frequent use classifiers in nominal groups, and then use of the simple present tense because the goal is to describe something or someone to someone. The next is generic structure of descriptive text. identification, and description. Identification usually refers to what uh, they are going to describe, and the description itself is the actual description of the text that are being explained. And then for the narrative text, I will hand it over to my partner, Aslam.
And then narrative text is to amuse or entertain the readers with actual or imaginary experience in different ways. And the language features is use of non-parse use and using chronological structure and use of adverbial parse of time and place and use of simple past tense and use of action verbs, and the last is use of adjective phrase. And then the generic structure of narrative text is orientation, communication, and resolution. Um, and that's it, the narrative text. Next.
Explain that story structure includes story elements such as setting, characters, conflict, plot, writing action, and climax, or action and resolution of what the story is, or actually entertain people as described here. So amuse or entertain the readers with actual or imaginary experience in different ways. So it's basically storytelling. And I think narrative text is the most interesting to actually read. I think that's all that we can present to you for today. These are the sources that we are using to make the explanation or the presentation. So I think that's all that we can explain to you. So to conclude, I will say many thanks to you guys for listening or for watching and for reading the presentation. And massive thanks again to you guys who actually there's any mistakes in explaining the presentation, or is there if there's any unclear um, unclear words that we can't really explain. That's our mistakes. I think that's all from me, Adi Masandi, Permana, and Aslam. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much.